Welcome to the BrewHaHa. We're out here, we got some fantastic beers. We're expecting probably about 600 people all weekend just for this event, probably about 6,000 for the entire Moss Rock event. But based on the weather and the early crowd, we're going to max out probably over 2. Here, where we are now, this is our festive tent.
Okay.
This is where we're bringing in the Scotus Noel from Belgium. We've got Sweetwater Festive Ale from Atlanta, Georgia. We've got Abita Christmas Ale from about 15 miles north of New Orleans in Abita Springs. And then the Full Moon from Colorado. All right, and here we are at Birmingham's own local brewery, the Good People Brewing Company, who've had so much success that they're having to move out of their current brewery and expand and get into a larger brewery. That'll happen within the next month or 2. We've got their coffee oatmeal stout, which is fantastic, and their famous brown ale, which is their flagship. Now moving on in the craft section, this is a pretty exciting area here because we've got the Left Hand Warrior IPA, which is a fresh hop IPA, and in a fresh hop, it's going to be kind of like an IPA light, to where it's going to have a lot of the aroma, it's almost uber hopped in the aroma. And then this is our newest addition to the Birmingham market, which we are very proud to have. This is Bell's Brewery. We've got the Oberon Ale, which is basically their baseball beer. They roll it out the opening day of baseball season, and they usually close it out with the end of the World Series. We were really hoping for a Game 7 is why we brought it out here, but we didn't get it. But the beer's still good, it's still in season, so we're going to sample that today. And then the Two Hearted Ale, which was voted one of the best IPAs in the world. It's a fantastic IPA from Bell's. Anything you find from Bell's is going to be spot on. It's going to be a fantastic beer.
Great.
All right, now we get into our imports, which is the really cool stuff, just because it's nothing against the craft side, but most of this is high gravity and is all new within the past year. We've got the Iinger Celebrator, or Celebrator, however you want to say it. It's a Doppelbock. It's one of the best Doppelbocks you'll find on the market. Along with that, you can't see the tap handle, but you can see the picture over here. Paulaner Hefeweizen. This is not a high gravity, but this is the world's #1 selling Hefeweizen. There's pretty much every brewery in the world tries to emulate what these guys do with their Hefe. All right, we've got the Delirium Tremens here. This is from Belgium. This is a newer one from Belgium. This is, although it is probably the 2nd or 3rd best-selling Belgian beer in the United States, it's only been around since 1989. It doesn't quite have the history that your Chimay or Duvel might have, but it's a fantastic brew. It comes in a bright white bottle package. You can't miss it. And then complemented with the Lion Stout. This beer is actually from Sri Lanka. And the reason for that is the English settlers went to Sri Lanka. They realized that all they had over there was tea, so they started brewing Scottish styles and English style ales in Sri Lanka. It comes to us at a much better price because we're not putting the Belgian tax on it or the English tax, and it's a fantastic brew. Michael Jackson, the beer tracker, actually endorsed this beer so much that he put his face on the bottle on the back, and he writes a little piece about it.
Great.
It's a beautiful beer. And last but not least, what I'm drinking, the Saison DuPont, which is probably the best farmhouse ale. It is.
Really?
You get a lot of coriander. You get, wow, it is a beautiful beer. It's, you look at this and you can tell what a Blue Moon was going after. You can tell like even what a Hoegaarden was going after. They're trying to get that farmhouse ale. This sets the bar. And then alongside of that is the Castile, which is the Castle Brewery. This is out of Belgium. And it's the Castile Rouge. This is a pretty cool beer. What they do with the Castile Rouge, Castile has a line of Donker, which is their brown. They have their triple, then they have the Rouge. They take their Donker and they mix it with the extract from Moncherie cherries that are soaked in white brandy. They pour that in there, and then they take a very sour beer and they cut it with that. And what you end up with is a very flavorful, big bouquet cherry beer that cuts off at the end of the drink with a nice quenching, but parching sour beer. It's a wonderful beer. And that rounds out our trip.